Hate this rain, hate this guy, fake these shoes, I said that. While you're floating through my veins, love remains that make us stay. Y'all look good as cellophane, man. Keep the flames, lights, motherfucking bright. We got rock, fuck you gon' do it. I think that we got rock, fuck you gon' do it. I think that we got rock, fuck you gon' do it. I think that we got rock, fuck you gon' do it. I think that hate this rain, hate this guy, fake these shoes, I said that. While you're floating through my veins, love remains that make us stay. Y'all look good as cellophane, man. Keep the flame, lights, motherfucking bright. We got rock, fuck you gon' do it. I think that we got rock, fuck you gon' do it. I think that we got rock, fuck you gon' do it.
Alright guys, I wasn't really able to work too much on the bike today, but I was able to get the handlebars and a few different things and accessories off the bike. I'm going to keep going, and tomorrow evening I plan to try and remove the forks and go from there. I haven't ever done this stuff before. Just reminding y'all. I mean, at first it's a little daunting, but slower and slower. You just take it apart slowly as you can. Try not to rush too much because I don't want to mess anything up. But yeah, I think we can do this. I think it's going to be fine. We'll see. Guys, so got a few things here to unbox to help with the journey and the build. So, and I have some trash in the garage to clean up. Always making a mess in here, it seems. And I need to just do a better job about tidying when I'm done. Alright. Alright, what do we got here? We got, I think I already know what it is, because I know what everything is. A new kickstand. Nice. And that should work perfectly. Hope to God. Yeah. A lot better. That should work. Prayed. So we've got that to put on. Sprocket to put on. Different one to try. Yes, I know. What I did uncover on this bike is this shares the same sprocket pattern, and I'll show it on screen. Pattern is shared with the RFZ Apollo and a few other bikes based on the 45 tooth I bought. So this guy. So based on the 45 tooth I had been running, I was able to figure that out, get the bolt pattern, and it's kind of hard to find sprockets this size. Just really quick, guys, I wanted to show you the website and the guide while I was speaking about parts. I don't want you guys to get discouraged because there are quite a bit of parts and it's not cheap. So up front, just going to show you the website here. You got the guides area here. Go to build guides, scroll down a little bit, and then you'll see the Drax suspension guide. It's got everything in it. It's got current versus new drivetrain stuff. If you want to fuck with sprocket sizes and what the math would be like and speeds and whatnot, kind of put some data there. And then if you keep going down, there's ratios, there's core parts. So I don't want anyone to be scared when you do this. It's not really cheap, right? So I got the suspension, the forks, and the rear shock for $300. So after that, you've got to get the bearing kit, the Sur-On bearing kit. It's a $26 kit from Amazon. This is necessary. You do need that. Ultra B front wheel. I had to source. I found one on eBay, which ended up not being what I needed. But anyway, it was about $160 anyway. I found one on Marketplace. Ended up paying $150. Ultra B OEM front wheel axle. You will need it. The front wheel axle nut. You will need it. Front wheel bushings. You do need both of them for each side. These are pretty much the spacers. Brake assembly cylinder. I got that because I wanted to run the Ultra B brake in front, just because it was proper. You don't have to do that, but I found a kit on eBay for $122. Thought it was pretty reasonably priced. It comes with the cylinder and the brake line and the brake. And then front fender headlight cover, that's another about $60 on AliExpress. Then the headlight bracket kit, you need to mount the headlight to the front, it's another $39. The upgraded LED headlight was $63 on Amazon. And then the CNC handlebar mount was $43. The CNC throttle was another $43, and looks like the adapter for the kickstand with the kickstand and all that was $15. So grand total comes out to around $1,000. You can source some of this cheaper, I'm sure, but this is how I was able to do it, like I said, so good luck. Alright guys, today's the day we turn the Drax X Pro 72 volt into an absolute Frankenstein Ultra B build. We're doing the full Ultra B front and rear swap. Suspension, stance, handling, everything. This is one of the biggest transformations I've done to this bike so far, and honestly, I have no clue how crazy this thing's going to feel when it's done. This isn't some bolt-on cosmetic mod either. We're figuring this out in real time. This is totally custom, headset fitment, geometry changes, wheel setup, rear fitment, all of it. The goal? Make this thing feel less like an e-bike and maybe more like a full lightweight moto. If you've been wanting to build your own Ultra B style setup on a budget, this video is going to save you a ton of trial and error because I'm documenting the entire process step by step here and on my website. And if you want the full written guide, parts list, breakdown, the whole shebang, it's already live on the website right now. Let's tear this thing apart.
Well, it's a deeper socket set. 13, 14, 15, 11, 12. So I got this because to get the headset loose, I think it's a 27. Probably is. No. I'll do the day thing. I wonder if I can loosen it like this. Oh no. Okay, that's out. So that is off. We are off to the races. Alright, so we need to start collecting this stuff.
Alright guys, so small issue was that the sleeves here that were in it. Let me show you. These are the sleeves that were on each side. These sleeves were popping out to so far that this would not go in the middle. Oh my god. So now it is perfectly fitting. So I'm going to fit this up and show you guys what's up. Just want to give a little update on what I'm doing here. These were too big, like I think I said earlier. They were pressed up in here. They were coming out way too far. So I got these O-rings and I'm gonna put them in. So now next dilemma is that the spring, if it goes this side, I think it's gonna smack the shit out of the chain, right? So I'm gonna flip it the other way. Alright gang, hell yeah, conquered. No fidget widget, nothing. Put another washer in there, and then I tightened the fuck out of this, man. I used my impact, and I really got in there on it, so I think we're gonna be more than good. I will put Loctite on this though, just to be sure, but yeah, I used my impact and it's solid. So now all we gotta do is lift this up and get the top on, and we can see what it looks like on the ground. But yeah, I'm putting this over here, and I had to flip it upside down sadly, just because this is getting in the way. Otherwise it'd be hitting the frame up here, and I can't have that. So let's keep going. One other thing I just want to highlight also is this was probably one of the bigger hardships to overcome. You will have to buy this bearing kit off Amazon for the Sur-Ron to cover the bottom bearing, and it's imperative you do. So just heads up, that's how you do it. You'll need the kit for the bottom part. Here it is. Holy crap, so it's finally taking form. You can finally start to see something happening here. I've done it, dude. Getting the front wheel on was an extreme pain in the ass though. Just throwing that out there for people that are going to be doing this alone. You're either going to need help or you have to take the rear wheel off, which is sadly what I had to do. So now I got to put the rear back on and keep going. But fuck, we've got something. you sit pretty forward, it feels pretty good. But when you brake in the front, the rear kind of flies up a little bit. So I need to like figure out the rear spring somewhat. Oh damn, it wants to wheelie pretty big time. Now the bike feels completely different, dude. Completely. What the fuck was that? Other than that clicking, everything feels great, man. But the rear spring, I don't know if it's because it's upside down or what. I gotta figure this out. Feels so powerful though. The Mode 3 is like kind of a little much. I know that sounds fucking crazy. Suspension though, oh my god, night and day difference, dude. Wow. Was not able to, you know, go over stuff like this. And before you could feel everything. Now, oh my god. Feels like I'm just floating on shit. Sheesh. Did some construction out here or something, I guess. Yeah, when I rode this last night, I wasn't used to the way it felt, so I was like, oh man, this feels interesting. And by interesting, I wasn't sure if that was good, that interesting that I was feeling. But my only complaint is I don't know if the rear shock is really meant for this. I think you either need to get a different rear shock or figure something else out, maybe. But and the pegs need to be dropped. Like the pegs are just way too high now for the body. Sheesh, man. This front brake just lifts the rear. It's kind of crazy. This was such a build, dude. I don't know if... Well, I know that... Yeah, oh, fuck. We got a jump right there. These boys set that up. But man, the suspension difference alone is like, sheesh, so good. I'm gonna stand and see what it's like. Feels way better. I feel just like tall. Doesn't feel as sketch. So to get this build to work, it's not as simple as you might think, okay? And I'm gonna break down the list and the parts and what I had to do and this, that, and the other, you know. I'll show you guys. But I think what you guys need to also have is an open mind. It's like, if you want to get this done and properly, yeah, I'm not gonna lift the front. Just my rear brake for some reason just feels shitty. I don't know what happened to it. It's honestly pretty new. The Ultra B brake is just like ridiculously powerful, and if I'm going, it kind of like pops the front. It honestly takes it from a pit bike to something capable with the suspension, honestly. Like, I feel totally capable of all this. Before, I used to be super worried about ruts and bumps and this and that. Like, honestly, dude, I'm going over whatever is in front of me, and my butt doesn't feel it, if that makes sense. Damn. Well, like I said, for those of you that have been following, here it is. The X Pro Drax Ultra B. And yeah, it wasn't an easy feat. I think the hardest thing, if you're not used to building bikes, or like, you know, I'd never done any of this. For me, the hardest and newest thing to learn was the headset and the steering post in the middle. Once I figured all that out, and what you need to make it work for this is you need to knock out the top and the bottom races on the steering column. And when I say that, I mean this guy in the center here. There's a race on the top and a race on the bottom. You got to just knock those fuckers out, pop the bearing in the top, seat this thing down. But when on the bottom end, if I can show you down here, that black ring right here, this is from the Suron Light B bearing kit that you can buy on Amazon. And so once you kind of piece that together, make it fit, you don't want to expose bearings. I went ahead and I greased all the bearing sets up. Yeah, man. Is one of these rubbing maybe? I wonder if that's rubbing something. Let's see. Hold on, I want to see. It might be one of the bolts on the rotor. Because it's only at certain speeds it makes the noise. I'm not too sketched. Anyway, back to the build. I basically got entire front end from the Ultra B. So you're going to need Ultra B front forks, front rotor, front wheel, front axle. I got the handlebars because I wanted to make it right. I got this on AliExpress. Some company resells these for like $200 or like $30 on AliExpress. The plastic shroud and the fender, AliExpress. Light I got on Amazon because it was the cheapest for $60. Rear shock was from the Ultra B. I might actually swap it out, sadly. I just don't think, for the geometry's sake, it's the best fit for this bike. Otherwise, if I can compress the spring down a bit more, I need to mess with this more. You know, this isn't perfect by any means. The rear wheel also, you know, I just wanted to get this rolling, so this is rolling. But rear wheel, I'm planning to probably put a Ultra B rear wheel on this also, because the front is all Ultra B. Everything in the front is an Ultra B now. So if you take a look at the bike from the side here, you can kind of really start to see that, right? And yeah, man, I think with the bigger rear wheel and fixing the rear shock so it's not so bouncy and sketch, perfect. It'll make this perfect. But otherwise, yeah, that whole front piece, you know, it's a bit, you know, it was about a G just for the front stuff. I got the throttle to match this. You have to get the Ultra B front brakes, because that's the way you got to do it. I'm sure you could get other stuff to work. I just wanted to do it the right way. And you get the click, right? Yeah, I still get to, you know, keep this. I painted this. I lost the orange. I think it looks way cleaner from this end. You know, the side, yeah, I think it just looks pretty sick. The thing is, it sits super tall now. So, you know, if you guys have been on an Ultra B, you understand that they sit a lot taller. But what's crazy to me is the difference in braking power that is just like night and day. Night and day. These Ultra B front brakes is what I'm trying to say, is they're just really good. Damn, bro. Full charge, this shit screams. And to think I'm gonna get the Amorg pack coming soon, like, this bike's gonna be a ripper, bro. Yeah, the bike just feels like extremely capable now. Alright, got it to lock. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know how the suspension affected a lot more than what I thought it would, but it really just changes the entire feel of the bike, man. Once you get to know it a little bit, it does inspire a little bit more confidence, but I really do gotta lean forward on this thing. Sheesh. Yeah, this is a killer piece now. Fuck, dude. Just with a little bit of know-how and an idea, you know, can really make anything happen. I mean, that's not hitting. Is it the plastic that's... It's like a sound of metal clanking, you know? Oh, it's one of those bolts hitting the rotor? Nah, they're not within the range, but whatever. Something's making noise. It'll be fine. We're gonna run it. But yeah, I did a lot. You also got to replace the kickstand. That's one other thing to replace. I'm pretty sure I went over everything, but if there's something I missed, you can actually check the website. I just launched a new guides area with actually a guide on how to do this. Shows with links to all the parts that you're going to need to do it. You know, step-by-steps on certain things that I did document. You know, whole step of the way. It's kind of hard for me to document every single little thing, but a lot of it is on there. So for now, the bike is like this, but not for long. Still, you know, got the new battery pack coming, which is going to be insane, and we need to upgrade the rear. The rear now is in demand for an upgrade. Like, you can't go further like this unless the rear is upgraded, but yeah, I'm gonna shoot some B. I don't know what the last thing I filmed was, sadly, but yeah, the bike's been great. Got to the spot. Just need to get that wider rear, bigger rear tire. But you know, guys, if you can think of something, you know, I thought of this in the garage, just on a whim, just an idea, you know, like, oh, you know, maybe I could get that to work. Sure, I had to buy a bunch of stuff, but it worked. Does it have to be dialed in? Yeah. It's not perfect, you know, out of the box. I mean, if any of you guys have built things or kind of done custom stuff like this in the past, you'll know with every little project there's things you run into. And due to that, that fact alone, like, I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. It's just this rear tire is kind of the bane of my existence for the build right now, but I'm gonna let it go. That and the rear shock, just those two pain points. Rear shock needs to be compressed a little bit. I just don't have a compressor and I don't want to mess with it. Spin that thing up, make it really stiff. If I can stiffen this a lot more, this would be a great ride. And the rear tire, I mean, as you can tell, the far driver's just been ripping the tire apart. Like, look at this, you know. In any case, I'm gonna shoot some B-roll. Alright, guys, I've been just riding this and I'm honestly pretty blown away, you know. It looks great, it feels great. Just that rear shock, I mean, to me it's hard to say great because I'm a perfectionist, but I think to most people they'd be like, alright, this is good for me. If I were you and you're doing this and you want to do this, do the front and don't worry about the rear, or get a D&M for the rear, but don't get anything that's like oversized, I feel like, until I figure out how to get this one situated. But when I can get the Ultra B rear situated perfectly and stiffer, hold on. This thing just wants to go, man. But yeah, once I sort that out, then feel free. This thing screams. It's so sick. Just gonna take it to one other spot. I have to actually be home for a Zoom call soon. A freaking work meeting. I'm like, can I take the call from out here, bro? gonna try and go this way home. There's people, yeah, but it's kind of more direct for me. Dude's weeping or what? Feel like it. Stiffen it all up. Whew. Last stop. Still got 74 volts. I don't think I really did a long trip, but got to test everything out. We got to go in the dirt, really put it through the motions. Yeah, it's doing great, man. And I was really worried about the steering column or the steering shaft, but everything is legit, dude. Gotta hand it to myself. I did a pretty darn good job. Rear is super squishy. Look at that. Boing, 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 boing. I don't think it's supposed to be that way. And whenever I mess with the rear, the adjuster, it don't do shit. So, for instance, right now, it's all the way, I don't know, I guess it was in the middle, FFS. I lied. Okay. So I put it all the way one way. Let's see. I think I put it all the way springy because that's making it feel just springland. $50 Ultra B bars. Marketplace. Alright, so I went all the way to the left, so let's go all the way to the right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 to the right. I mean, it's upside down, so that was one of the ways. And now, better. Rebound is better, but yeah, it just needs to be way stiffer. So I think I got to take it to get it adjusted, or I'll just figure it out myself. You gotta take this on a night ride next to check out how the light does, man. So the light is pretty nice. Whew.
The front brake is gonna make me stoppy, bro. I'm just not used to that sensation, I guess, of the brake bringing me up. But yeah, it is definitely there, like it could happen. Alright guys, well I guess that's gonna be it. You know, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Ton more to come, by the way. Like, I am barely getting started here. I've got various different bikes to come. I don't want to ruin anything, but some pretty exciting stuff. So stay tuned. More builds, more controllers, and more Drax content. Or I mean, what should we call this thing? Is it the Ultra Drax? The Ultra Drax B? The Drax Ultra? I don't know. Help me figure it out. And cheers.
What?
Siente el tembleque.
What?
Teque, teque.
What?
Teque, teque. Siente el tembleque.
What?
Teque, teque. Teque, teque.
Man, this thing came out way better than I expected. The Ultra B front and rear swap completely transformed the Drax X Pro 72 volt. The bike looks more aggressive, feels more stable, and honestly just rides on another level now. This started as an experiment, an idea, and somehow turned into one of these favorite builds for me, just yet. We do still have a couple little things left to dial in though. There's a small clicking noise coming from the front wheel that I'm going to sort out, and I also need to stiffen up the rear spring a bit. I already ordered the spanner tool for it, so I'll report back once the final tune is all dialed in. That's really the reality of custom builds though. It's all part of the process. If you want to do this swap yourself, the full guide, parts list, and breakdown are already live on the website right now. And if this video helped you out, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know what mod you want to see next on the Drax. Build keeps evolving, guys. Cheers. Thanks for everything.
What?
Teque, teque. Siente el tembleque.
What?